Hello, crypto YouTube, crypto family. This is Crypto Farang, pre-recorded from Thailand. If you haven't done so already, please hop on over to Twitter and follow me at Crypto Farang. Welcome back to the channel. If you had a chance to check my video yesterday, there really wasn't much to it. It was just a quick market update, but welcome back to the channel nonetheless. I am just so grateful to be an early adopter in the cryptocurrency space, and I'm so grateful that I'm in a position that I can make regular YouTube content. And hey, we've only got 15 subscribers so far, but my attitude is that if I'm in a position to spread the word about something that I am really positive about and have a lot of conviction around, if I can convince one person out there to do some research around digital assets, inform themselves enough to make a decision about investing, and then it pans out to be a good decision, hey, my job here is done. And I started this channel because, well, A, because I'm fired up about being a digital asset investor, but B, because, well, frankly, my job hates me, and I needed a distraction from the daily routine. And so far, I've made a video every day since I started the channel, and the goal is to continue doing so. Now, that being said, it's always important to remind you that I am not a cryptocurrency expert, a blockchain specialist, or a financial advisor. I'm just another digital asset maniac making YouTube content. So as always, invest at your own risk. So what I wanted to talk about today, so about 9 months ago, I started consuming YouTube crypto content on a daily basis. And, it's really important to use your critical thinking skills when you are getting a lot of your information, a lot of your influence from social media, because, hey, any crypto bozo like me can post regular content, right? There are some fanatics out there. There are some certain digital asset and project maximalists. There's the XRP army. There's your Bitcoin maxis. I'm neither, and I have a pretty diversified investment portfolio when it comes to digital assets. But now that I'm making my own content, I've decided that I need to scale back on the amount of YouTube content that I consume on a daily basis. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Well, number one, I don't want this thing to become an echo chamber. And number two, yesterday I found myself sounding eerily similar to another YouTuber in terms of kind of the vernacular and the shtick. So anyway, I'm scaling back. I'm boiling it down to 2 or 3, a handful of regular YouTube creators. Cryptocurrency News, Bob from back in the States, To the Lifeboat, Sam I Am, and The Modern Investor. And The Modern Investor was really, that was my first exposure to cryptocurrency YouTube content, and I just love that guy. His video yesterday was just awesome, absolutely hilarious. Regular YouTube content, it's awesome. If you haven't done so already, go subscribe to The Modern Investor on YouTube. So, this channel is a work in progress, and honestly, I don't even know exactly what this channel could potentially evolve into. But hey, for now, if I'm talking to 15 people every day and it's a distraction from my daily routine and my job, hey, I'm all about it. So let's hop on over to the market here, and Bitcoin is trading somewhat sideways, just under 9,800 US dollars, which we recently hit. Are we going to hit 10K before Monday? Let's wait and see. And Ethereum is continuing its steady ascent. Ethereum is doing incredibly well. XRP evening out a bit over its big pump, after its big pump. And VeChain still climbing 0.0066, which, hey, I'm happy about that. And what I wanted to talk about today is this draft bill about encryption in the US. Now, going back to the previously mentioned point about this channel. You know, I don't want this channel to be an echo chamber, but there's so much good news, and there's only so much news in the cryptocurrency space. So I know there's going to be overlap with stuff that's already been discussed at great lengths on different YouTube channels and on Twitter. But I did want to talk about this. This is on a site called CoinGape, which that just doesn't sound right to me. But okay, so draft bill to ban encryption in the U.S. threatens cryptocurrency survival. And so the article talks about how encryption is used to hide the various nefarious activities of different groups, human trafficking, child pornography, and who knows what other god-awful, unimaginable stuff. I absolutely agree that there needs to be measures taken to combat these atrocious things. I don't want to detract from that at all, but I do want to say that as our lives evolve into becoming more and more online, less and less private, encryption is one way that we can protect our privacy. And so I have always been very passionate about protecting our rights. Encryption is part of that. So I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I did want to touch on this. And so this individual at the U.S. White House Summit on Human Trafficking, Barr rallied against end-to-end encryption. According to him, the military-grade security features are enabling human trafficking via closed networks. Barr notes in his address at the summit, we live in a digital age, and like everyone else, human traffickers are relying increasingly on digital communication and the internet, and more the evidence we rely on to detect and deal with these predators is digital evidence. However, increasingly, this evidence is being encrypted. So, again, like I said, I'm not a fan of shielding these activities, but I am a fan of protecting my privacy, and so I don't know what the answer is. But I will say this, that either way this goes, whether this bill gets pushed through Congress or whether it fizzles, I'm happy to be holding Bitcoin and XRP. And this is why. Both Bitcoin and XRP are decentralized digital assets. And although technically you can make the argument that over 51% of the mining is done in China, and and the lion's share of XRP is held by Ripple, you can make these arguments, but in my opinion, the likelihood of a 51% attack on the Bitcoin network and the likelihood of Ripple being a scam is very low. And so I'm happy to be holding these digital assets because Bitcoin is decentralized. I am of the opinion that you can't stop the train. The train is out of the station. There's no stopping Bitcoin at this point. And there is no other project that is more aggressively, more diligently working with regulators, working to establish themselves as a real contender in the space. Ripple is actively doing this, and every day there's more and more good news coming out about Ripple. And so for me, I would like to be holding, the lion's share of my holdings would be Bitcoin, decentralized, you cannot stop it. XRP, decentralized, and they are working with regulators. And so I think that once the dust clears, once we get regulation, I think that Ripple and XRP is here to stay. And I think that the adoption is going to happen. And just like Bitcoin, there's no stopping it. So that's my attitude. I feel like this was a bit fuddy, but there could be some validity to this whole banning of encryption in the U.S. And it would be interesting to see how this plays out. And I will be watching, and I will, of course, report on it as we get the news. So, again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the channel. And as a reminder, please treat others the way that you'd like to be treated. And remember, crypto hindsight is always 20/20. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.